So I think this is a natural segue now to what everyone's been asking for. Why did we end Souls and Sage?
Uh-oh.
Why did we end Souls and Sage? For those who don't know, we stopped recording videos, uploading videos at the end of 2024. So going into 2025, there has not been a single Souls and Sage video up on the channel. We have made announcements talking about it's going to be a indefinite hiatus. We definitely have our reasonings for it. So I guess this is the platform to really talk about it. And let's start off from your end. Why did it end? Why did we stop? Why did we stop, Sage?
Why did we stop, man? So I definitely, I'd say, I'm not gonna completely rip the Band-Aid off, but I'll say definitely between the two, I was more so like we can keep it chugging. But, however, I definitely understood the decision ultimately, the proposal, the decision, all of that stuff to just, hey gang, let's just take a break. And I would have done it again. And I think for me, it was a thing of like, I got this channel going on, 20% ego, I could become something. Another 20%, I don't show it all the time, but we do got a podcast together. So we could just, if you believe that Keep It a Buck has a higher ceiling than Souls and Sage, if you either one, the point is we will still literally be co-workers on a platform bare minimum. So it wasn't like, damn, bruh, that's just it type shit. So that was another one too. It wasn't like the biggest of deals. Finance honestly didn't play too much of a factor for me. Maybe in the future it will, immediate future, but right at the moment, definitely it finance wasn't necessarily on my mind because the remaining what math 60%, niggas were having fun. Whether it's me, you, or both, any random day, we would just pop in that bitch and we could clearly tell the other one is just going through it and not in the mood to record, is not having a good time. I say at some point I got my second win where SOLZ was derailing, but we never were on the same page. That's just truth. I'll even say at the very end, I was like trying to work myself to be good to go, but gang, I shit you not, sorry to expose you, your slight terror. We get in the studio that we're recording this in currently, and SOLZ is done, y'all.
Yeah.
I seen it in his face. I gave him a reason why I had to lie. I ain't gonna lie. I don't lie to B. I don't lie to my coach. I made some shit up. I was like, yo, I gotta do this so we can do this one little job. He was done. It was over. Yeah, you just see it in his fucking face. The conversations we were having, it was shrug shoulders. It was all that stuff. I was like, yeah, bro, he's clocked. And again, like I said way earlier in this episode or in a different clip, I don't know how y'all do things over here, but the point is, as I said earlier, I told SOLZ when we started the channel, he could take it back any moment in time. Now, context will matter when he does it. If he had turned Souls and Sage to Soul Speaks, I'd have been like, dick. But that'd have been about it. And like I'd have texted him on the side, and that'd have just been it. But yeah, no, I definitely weren't gonna be the guy that, oh man, come on, bro, let it work. No, man, if he's burnt out, and I definitely probably was a month away from being in my mood of being burnt out, and he was being live. Nah, it's just something that we could punt on. It's indefinite. It's not like the channel's deleted. T-Bangs did not do it.
No, it was not T-Bangs. It was not T-Bangs, man.
T-Bangs.
We actually liked him. That's why we kept on bringing him back on. It was good. Yeah, he was good for the content.
We liked T. I didn't know he would be on the thumbnails. No shot at Steve. But that's my fault as well. Again, I felt like I also was 5% here. I also was spreading myself a little bit too wide. So pause if needed. Oh my God, that's ayo. But I have my own channel, but then on my own channel, I started taking the business aspects of it a bit more seriously. Whether that's good or bad, who knows? Who cares? But I was doing that. I was taking care of Keep It a Buck business activities that have already been spoken on the internet a million times, and I'm improving on that even to this day. Let alone on-air performances. I was like, damn, bro, I'm essentially fucking working YouTube to where if I go out one random night, I'm behind on 3 platforms.
Yeah.
And it was like, this probably just isn't even the optimal shit to be doing. So when you combine all of those 5 to 20% factors, the 60% would stay remaining, you get the reason why we just took a little break from it, man. It is indefinite. Will we ever return? I don't know.
We don't know. We legitimately don't know. I don't know.
It's a genuine don't know. Nothing has been planned. Nothing has been talked backstage about a potential return. The closest things that we've talked about a potential return, we've mentioned on camera of, hey, bro, I was bored. You bored? Yeah. Luka dropped 90. Fuck it, go live. That's been the closest that it's come to it.
When Luka got traded, though, I was close.
So that is the moment. Yeah, when Luka got traded, that is the one time that me and Bezos, I think we were live somewhere. Oh no, we weren't. It was like 1 a.m. But when Luka got traded, that was the one time where I know Bezos was out there somewhere. I know where I was at. I was definitely out, and Bezos, I know he was somewhere like. Man.
Spark it up. Hold on. Spark it up.
Man, the boys back, man. I appreciate everybody with SNS that doesn't believe that T-Pangs did it, that doesn't believe that I killed the channel. Not too many people have that narrative, so I'm actually really thankful for that, considering that in the introduction, if you were to tell 21 Sage that, hey, gang, SOLZ Sage won't work, he wouldn't have believed that people would not think it was him. So I really do appreciate a lot of SOLZ and Sagers out there for that. Maybe one day we do the dance again when basketball is just something that we are so nonchalant about. We see the comment, don't care. We don't read the comment at all. But I don't think I'm ever going to be a non-comment reader.
Yeah.
But like I do that for the pod, and it sucks that I do that for the pod. But yeah, I don't think that it'll ever be a thing where we go back to SOLZ and Sage and it's on some shit like, yeah, we're back, we're here to talk hoops and only hoops. And if we came back, we would still be doing the troll shit. We would still be having fun with it, but now it would be to the point where obviously we're both older men at that point too. We'd just be chilling. It'd just be a lot more chill. Whatever happens. It would be a laid back vibe that I think we would finally achieve because of said hiatus.
Yeah, I think for me, looking back, man, I didn't even intend it for it to be this way, but I think the ending was actually poetic because I think it ended how it started in my eyes.
Oh, it did.
Now let me explain. This all started because I personally felt as if I had a chance to actually do what I wanted to do in content creation after years of feeling like I was forced to do content for the sake of bills, for the sake of, continuing my career, and the love for basketball fell out of there. Fell out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I think bringing you into the fold with the content that we were making, we made content that was so much more fun than what I was making. It was genuinely enjoyable at first. Genuinely. Having fun during those recordings, actually laughing about basketball, like making content where you can laugh about basketball.
Recording laughs were, man.
Yeah. Good time. It was fantastic. But I think by the end of it, again, we were both burnt out of basketball. The recordings were not fun, as you mentioned. The NBA community as a whole was just annoying the fuck out of us with how discourse is going, how content needed to be made, and all this different shit. Yeah. And we both of us were looking at it as, bro, we got different priorities right now. SOLZ and Sage, let's just keep it real. At least in my eyes, it was put in the back burner compared to the pod, compared to our personal stuff. And we had a chance right here where, the money was good. But if we took SOLZ and Sage off, the energy would have been invested in other places. Those other places would have benefited from it. And it was also a thing of like, we were being spread out so thin, we weren't even putting our best foot forward on SOLZ and Sage.
Yeah.
So we had, essentially, for lack of a better term, we had an out. We had an out to actually do what we wanted, to actually enjoy being a creator because of the other stuff we got going on. Let's take it. And for me specifically, I put a lot more focus on the pod, and we've definitely seen the returns on that. Like the pod is actually positive now. We are gaining subs again.
Yeah, I think everybody, shout out to the core four. We definitely have our fights, but I think this is the sign that we're doing right, because we ain't started fighting in a long time, and we've only started fighting because now that back screen is green. So yeah. So there's that, and you've definitely, ever since we've taken this break, have taken your content to another level.
You know, have I think what was it? You reached your peak like this month?
Oh yeah, I've man, I ain't gonna lie, them TSO boys, man. Ooh wee.
Yeah. You got your plaque finally. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
you know, I think we would have still done these things hypothetically, even if Souls and Sage was going on, but it would have been slower. The content wouldn't have been as good on the other fronts, and Souls and Sage was suffering because of that as well. Because again, we were not putting our best foot forward. So I think ultimately it was just the right time to do it. It was one of those things where we was dragging, we was just dragging it, in my opinion. So let's just end it here, right here, going into 2025, fresh, clean slate. Let's focus on what we want to focus on, and let's ball up top. Let's actually do what the fuck we want, because that's the whole point of being a creator. Is you don't have a boss. You know you get to do what you want to do in life. You're not stuck behind a desk, technically, as we're stuck behind a desk right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's actually be what a creator's supposed to be. So poetic. In my opinion, the ending was poetic. Will we come back? I think it has to be a case of like we truly need to we truly want to talk about ball again though.
Yeah. It would be just a want to talk about ball, and I want to amend what I've said earlier, maybe majority of this episode or interview or whatever, because it could come off like I just think, nigga, you don't know ball comments are the reason. For Souls and Sage specifically, I don't know about B-Souls. I'm not speaking about those guys. I'm not speaking about a comment 348. I'm speaking about the community and what it requires you to do. What it requires you to talk about. We ain't give a fuck about that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, sometimes, gang, all right, bro, you got me. Didn't see the last game of Celtics Magic. I knew they would win. Oh no. So I didn't see it, but let's say it was a mandated all-time game that I had to talk about. Well, now I either A, go back and watch that game on the back end and then immediately talk about it, or B, we don't do it at all, and now we're punting on a probably fantastic video because I didn't do something on the back end. Or if B-Souls, well, let's say we have to talk about fucking LeBron for the 90th time, but B-Souls wakes up today and she's like, you know what? Fuck LeBron. So now we just gotta sit there, and what does he gotta do? Fake the funk? So that's what I'm talking about when I get to the community. Yeah, the topics were there. I definitely think if we were to come back, it definitely would just be on some, yo, we just gonna do what we want, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I might call Wemby the Ratatouille of the NBA and just make some shit up and roll with it. It would be that goofy, that gimmicky. But I would definitely prioritize the own piece. Not even just fun. I would prioritize the own piece of talking basketball, because unfortunately, yes, and Nesters, basketball's been fun ever since we stopped. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. I think if there is a hope for a return, I have genuinely enjoyed basketball for the first time in years. I think truly this is the most I've enjoyed basketball since before I took content creation seriously. And I think that's off of the fact that we don't have to do it full time. We can actually talk about the shit that, one, we actually watch instead of trying to force shit for the content. And two, just have fun with it. I think ultimately that's what we were in it for. I think if we were to come back, I don't know if you have the same belief, but I would actually not do the big projects that we were doing at the tail end of it, and just go back to reacting to what's going on in the NBA sphere, and just having fun with it.
Like the Pat Bev, Brandon Jennings of the world.
Yeah,
like it would kind of be like to keep it short, you guys. It would probably be like that garbage quality, as some would say, in terms of just reaction-based stuff. But it would be that just because we just want to talk about hoops real quick. It wouldn't be like I want to sit there and make this top 10 list with the tier list and shit like that. I wouldn't be interested in that. So.
Yeah, and also, I understand reaction content ain't original. We've been out the game for 4 months. We've been doing the game for 2 years. Ain't nobody still done what we done, man. God. Yo, I swear, I'm gonna be honest. The NBA community is behind on a lot of things in content creation, but that's another point I'll speak into at another point in time.
Seriously, you niggas need to get out the box. Stop being pussy.
Hey man, it took them years to get out the fucking voiceover phase. We're just getting past that.
Bro, man, look, I ain't
hey, listen,
the longest episode ever.
Yeah,
please, y'all, get out the box. You would help your community. I'm not even saying be fun. Fuck it. Be X's and O's. Get out the box, man. I'm telling you, bro. You would do everyone a favor, but all of you are afraid of the lack of dollars. And you don't do it. I'm saying it.